Fuck.
Okay. Do we have an intro?
We don't. I'm gonna probably make one tonight. Probably not. But okay. Welcome to episode 2 of the Press Start podcast. I am Gerard, along with Jeremy and Josh.
What up?
Fuck, piss, shit, wank.
Okay.
I'm good.
And we're gonna play Spider-Man and talk about stuff.
All right.
All
I'm
right.
gonna start on an amazing level because that's what I am.
You are such a narcissist.
I mean, if we're being real here,
Yikes.
I mean, at least you're not denying it. So.
I mean, I don't want people to not think I'm amazing. That would be the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So, how was you guys this week? Did you have wonderful weeks at our wonderful job?
Oh, yeah. I love it so much.
Today was hell.
Yeah.
But no, it was. This week's been alright. You know,
Why are you lying? Stop lying.
I mean, I'm talking about outside of work.
Oh.
Outside of work.
Outside of work related shit.
I got drunk and cleaned. That's all I've done outside of work. So no, this week sucked.
You need to do more than drink and clean.
But I don't want to. Doing stuff sucks. It's boring.
You're such an introvert.
Yeah.
This actually looks pretty okay.
What you mean, pretty okay?
Alright, so yesterday what I did with my free time of being sick was I spent like 2 hours
Sick.
researching the Uncanny Valley because it's really interesting to me.
What is it?
You know what that is?
No.
What's the Uncanny Valley?
The Uncanny Valley is basically when both with like video games and movies and stuff like that, and also like with robots where they make things that are really like humanoid, really realistic, but are slightly not. And there's like always something that's like you can definitely tell this is not real. But up until you get to that point, you're like, oh, that looks like oh, that's weird. So yeah, so like that stuff where it's the very first picture they showed Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben looks super realistic. Right next to him, I'm guessing that was Aunt May. Totally didn't look realistic, and it kind of like.
So it's like a concept, or it's a.
It's a I mean it's like a theory, an idea. It's just a thing that's in people's heads, where it's like.
Is that like a type of art form where it's like?
No, I mean it's just like in the endeavors of making things realistic, they can't get it right all the time, so there's always something that is just like, that's not real. And it's just there's that point where you, for a minute, you're like, that's real, and then you realize it's not, and then it kind of freaks you out because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I need that.
What?
He put on the mask and it was like, warning, pay bills. I need that.
You need that to just pop up on your glasses.
Yeah.
I mean, you have email, don't you?
I'd have to
It's
look at
essentially
it.
Yeah, he has to open it
Yeah.
himself instead of it already just popping up in your face.
Yeah, that's.
What if? All right, you're in the game.
Oh, am I? Oh.
What if?
And he's dead now.
Yeah, it's a beginning tutorial on teaching you how to swing.
Okay.
That's the one thing I
So-
really like about this game is that swinging through the buildings is like therapy because swinging.
I'm a child.
Stop.
No.
Okay. But no, what I was gonna say was, wouldn't it be cool if Google's probably gonna come out with some type of technology that implants something in your eyes to where you can like.
Well, they had Google Glass. That was looking dope for a long time, and I don't know what happened to it.
For that. Do you remember that?
Say what now?
FK Twigs did a video for that Google Glass shit.
Really?
It was
Can
really
I
cool.
catch this helicopter?
I mean, I don't.
And how exactly am I making myself go faster? I'm not. Oh, okay, I see.
When you jettison forward.
Yeah, he shoots one out
Oh.
right in front of you.
Huh.
Okay.
Do you want to turn the subtitles on that way you can know what to do?
I mean, I guess I'm getting it. Okay, so now I'm supposed to jump.
Hold on 1 second.
I need to go back to the mission area. That's what.
Okay, yeah, that's the problem. Turning up the volume just a little bit.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, so
Have you watched any of the new Steven Universe?
I have not, and I feel trash. Do you watch Steven Universe, Josh?
I watched like the first season or two, like not, what?
Go to the yellow thing.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I think it's awesome. I really do. I just haven't, sat down and watched it.
It's really good. Like, I've cried I don't know how many times over Steven Universe.
Yeah, I mean,
it hits you right in the feels.
I mean, I like what's her name? The singer that does.
Oh, Estelle.
Estelle, yeah. I was like the singer. I was like the singer that does Estelle. But yeah, like Steven Universe is really good and like has a really good story to it.
I think about the time that came out was about the time that show that my daughter likes came out.
There
What
you
is
go.
it?
Star
Like-
versus the Forces of Evil.
Oh, that's so good too.
Yeah, and we got like really into that. Like I really love it.
It's so good.
See, that's
I'm up to date on that, too.
that's one reason why I would want to have kids, so I can like watch
Have an
kids
excuse
stuff
to watch it.
Yeah.
and have an excuse to watch certain things.
That's
She
how I
does,
bond with
like-
all my cousins and stuff.
She does like. Oh, that should have definitely killed me.
You're literally a spider going through New York.
She does like Teen Titans Go, so I'm thinking I might have to get rid of her at some point.
I like Teen Titans.
Yo, come on now, Teen Titans Go. Beast Boy has some bangers when it
Well,
comes
Beast
to
Boy,
singing.
Beast Boy and Cyborg are the best parts of that show.
Yeah,
By themselves.
I don't know. The driving thing with Robin was pretty funny.
Oh yeah, the bank robbing and
Yeah.
like that dope instrumental that was on it.
I don't remember that.
Oh
It's
my
like one of the
God.
best
You'll
parts of
know
the
it
show.
if you hear it.
I like the booty song.
No.
Oh,
Booty, booty, do the booty scooty. That's what it's called. Scoot that booty. Scoot.
oh my god.
Oh my god, that was like the best. That was the best
What
thing.
cartoon was that? Where it's like something shake it, booty quake it, and like the girl's trying to get him to do her homework or something, and she's like basically like
Twerking,
and she's,
like,
like swinging
sexually.
around a pole like a lamp, and she's like and then
shake
she,
it,
like,
make
gets-
it booty quick, it
Yeah.
roll around.
Oh my
can't
god, what
remember
was
the-
that?
And it's like now it's in my head, and I can't.
I don't even know what that's from, but I've seen just that segment so many times.
Spidey sense. Ooh.
Circle to dodge, triangle to punch.
That's a lot of fire.
But yeah, that shit was kind of raunchy.
Yeah, and then she's on her knees and she's like panting and pushes the
Oh,
like
no.
paper up in front of me. He's like, no.
And he's like, "No, do the work, you bitch."
What? What cartoon was this?
I know, it was so weird and kind
It
of
was-
pretty inappropriate.
It was
like,
on Toonami at one point.
Yeah. It was so weird.
Oh, that was a nice little combo.
Those poor people.
I mean, honestly, I have to ask the question of like, when you see someone do that to one person in your team, why do you stay? Like this mug shot shit out of his hands and threw a steel plate at my homeboy. I'm out. I quit. I'm out the life. I'm going to work at Staples like my dad told me.
It's not worth it. Okay, what's the shit that's going on in his head? What is that?
That's Spidey sense.
Which I'm not using very well.
Oh?
Yeah, because it's letting you know that you're about to be attacked and you can dodge.
I want to get better at picking up these manhole things, but I
You can't pick them up if somebody's swinging at your head, like, brother.
I mean, I guess if you live in a world where there's superheroes,
Mm.
but at that point, I mean, really, I feel like crime would dip to zero.
No, people will still do whatever it takes to get the bag, and you're getting shot at,
Yeah.
Ooh.
There we go.
and you're gonna die.
The screen is getting bloody.
Yeah, you should have fell through that hole. Oh.
That's a cop. You almost
Well,
roundhouse. You almost
well.
roundhouse kicked a cop. Just so you know.
Definitely do it in real life.
Can
Hey,
your
fuck
leg?
the police. Fuck the police.
Can your leg reach that high
What, mine?
to do a roundhouse kick to someone's head?
I mean,
Maybe.
no. I may be a short person.
Well, so like the cop is like 6'4".
Oh, yeah.
You're not roundhouse kicking him in
Get him in the
face.
neck. Even better.
Oh man, that's funny. God, what were we talking about?
We just like
We've
topic
Just been
hop.
talking,
We
about-
topic hopped like 20 times.
Inappropriate cartoons.
Oh yeah, that's right. Freaking none of the cartoons that kids watched in the 90s were good. Like in terms of like
What?
Wait.
in terms of
what
like
do you mean?
censorship. In terms of like censorship, there was no censorship back in the from
okay, yeah.
No,
90s to like
there was
99.
a bunch of sex jokes in Animaniacs. I remember that.
Yeah, Animaniacs was kind of crazy. Definitely.
'Cause I remember the one where they were like, we're dusting, we need to fingerprints, and then like Prince comes up and they're like, oh, good night everybody, and it's like,
yeah,
Prince is
I
straight.
mean, okay.
Yeah,
and the Hello Nurse.
Oh
like,
yeah, hello nurse. They were
Yeah.
definitely thirsty for that nurse.
I mean, that's Warner Brothers in general. They've always had some really kind of
Fucked up.
Some little, some fuck shit.
Some
going on
sexual
in the background.
innuendos.
Ooh.
But
yeah, Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy
four
wasn't
adults,
meant
so.
to be a kid's show though.
No, they were definitely trying as hard as they could to get kicked off the
That was the
network.
one show my parents would not let me watch. My parents didn't really give a shit what I watched, but they were like, no Ren and Stimpy. I'm like, okay. I watched tons of terrible shit, but okay, that one.
Rocco's Modern Life was also another one.
Yeah. I watched that though. I
Like he was a phone sex operator.
Yeah, I did not. I didn't get that until.
For the love of God, Josh, please dodge, or you're gonna kill me. As I sit here.
We know how I feel about dodging and blocking.
And you're gonna be restarting the level. Okay, but yeah, like a lot of those shows were not kid friendly. Like they.
But I guess they have to pander to the parents that are watching too. It's like just throw it in to be like, oh hey.
I mean,
attention?
I guess if I was that kind of parent, but there's so much stuff that.
Well, you gotta think back in the day there were a lot of conservative parents. What are you doing?
I don't
there
know.
Still are.
Where is my dude? It's shooting me.
He's behind you. But yeah, he's literally right there.
I kicked the bullets.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good.
But yeah, like there was a lot of censorship back in the day of like.
It depends. I think after 9/11, they got real heavy with censorship, and
I don't remember how to play.
it depends on what era. But I mean, censorship's always.
I mean, like stuff. The things that I remember, like watching, like you said, Tiny Toons, Ren and Stimpy.
I know the
Rocko's
whole
Modern
Tiny Toons
Life.
theme. Sorry, but I do. You're tiny, they're doony, you're all a little loony, and in this cartoon you were reading your TV.
I love that. I love that.
I'm trying to think of other cartoons that were actually like all that. But I mean, like I watched like X-Men and Spider-Man and Batman and stuff. That's mostly what I like to watch. So those weren't.
X-Men had a lot of sex in it.
Really?
Did it?
Kind of. I remember the professor with that one woman in the future. I can't remember her fucking name. But they were like straight up making out and like.
I mean, that's just kissing. I mean, that's not.
It wasn't kissing. It was like open mouth, in throat.
Well, you gotta think of animations back in the day. Like,
Yeah, true.
like animation has come a long way from. Like-
Shin-chan.
Yeah.
I love Shin-chan.
Shin-chan is fucking dope. I'm trying to think of any other ones that were like kind of crazy, but like now it's like every cartoon has got some. Like I said, if I was that kind of parent, the Tick was not a kid's cartoon.
It wasn't.
No, I mean it was on, it was on Comedy Central, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it came on Saturday morning cartoons too. Because that's when I watched it.
Because it was on at the same time as was the Duck guy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what that show was
I
called.
can't remember either.
And then the other one,
Freakazoid was kind of inappropriate sometimes.
yeah, but that definitely was on. That was Warner Brothers.
Mm.
What is the one? The Critic.
Yeah, that was
What the hell is the Critic?
It was kind of like Simpsons, sort of. They had a crossover episode. It was this like old. He wasn't old. He was like middle-aged.
I can't remember what the guy's name is.
I can't
He's an
either.
actor.
He's in like everything. But basically, he was a movie critic, and he was a dick, and that was his like thing, and they just kind of rolled with that.
And I think at the same time it was it Dr. Katz?
Dilbert.
Yeah. Dilbert. Yeah, those were all. They were all on. Yeah, they were all on Comedy Central.
Yeah,
they
they
weren't exactly. You know, that's definitely not
Space
kid stuff.
Ghost.
Oh, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Oh my god,
that was like the time
that
when they
was
started
my
making
fucking
cartoons
show,
and
dog.
shit for adults.
Yeah,
because there was that fucking
Space Ghost Coast to Coast had that bomb ass intro, and then at the end of the intro, you had that lady that was singing her motherfucking soul out. It's like she was killing that shit. Like she
That
went
was
into
that 90s house.
It's like she went into the booth knowing that she was about to kill that shit.
I'm gonna listen to that after this. I had forgotten about that song.
Yeah, because it had that dope ass guitar riff too. Do I have to?
You're supposed to just run up the wall.
I thought there was a quick way to do it.
What else was there? Birdman. Birdman was dope.
I didn't watch that.
The original, or are you talking about
Birdman.
The attorney.
I don't remember the theme song for it. I just remember Peanut being a troll ass fucking.
I just remember at the end it was like, "Hey, habeas corpus."
What the fuck?
I have no clue.
I don't
know what that means, but it's funny as hell.
Oh, I do know what that means. I don't remember now.
I remember what that means.
I've had too many shot numbers. Kidding. No, economics was my sleeping class. So.
Well, some people learn by osmosis, so.
I mean, I did pass with a B. So. But that was my worst class. Because I slept through it. And I hated it.
I don't think I had it. Well, yeah, by the time they offered economics, it was like a junior, senior class.
Oh, I had to take it as a freshman.
Yeah. I mean, you could, like, I guess, no. If I was in, like, AP classes, I could have, but I was just in, like, I guess they call them, like, high honors classes or something, which is, like, right below.
Yeah, honors.
So, I could have, but I really did not try my freshman year. And then sophomore year, I was like, well, I'm going to be a mechanic, so fuck all this. And then junior and senior year, I took mechanics, so I only had to take, like, gym, English, math, and I think there was another class. History or something. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to any of those.
I did really well in high school. I liked that part. I didn't like the social part of high school, but like I tutored 3 or 4 classes.
Oh yeah.
But then I started drinking and I lost a lot of brain cells.
I was never really the smartest kid in class.
Really?
I skipped. Look, you piece of shit. I'm pretty sure you're in my house recording my podcast with my
I'm just
fucking.
saying, it's just a surprise.
You drink my water.
It's surprising, guys.
Like I skipped a lot of days, like just because I was bored of being there.
Yeah.
I did my last year. I was really depressed, and so I just stopped going.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, you sleep a lot? Can you do something about that? Because they're getting on to me. And I was like, okay, I'll go back.
I just went to, like, I had school to work, so I would only have to go to vocational school, like, once a week, and then the rest of the time I was going to work. So I'm like, I'd rather go make money than go to regular school anyway.
See,
so
I was
just go to work.
I graduated a semester early, and I spent my last semester just tutoring, and I took one AP class just because I didn't want to go to work. And my mom was like, she's like, because like I said, I graduated early, and she's like, if you're not going to be at school, then you need to get a job. And I'm like, I'm going back to school. So I tutored English, Spanish, and art, if you can even tutor art, but I did it.
How was that a thing?
Basically, my teacher was a pothead, and she would drink a lot and come in hungover.
Every art teacher
yeah,
ever.
Basically. Because that's what I was training. Originally, I was going to be an art teacher. That was what I was planning on. And, yeah, she would come in hungover and smelling, like, reeking of weed and just pass out on the couch, and I'd be like, so, everybody draw what they want? And let me know if you got any problems. And then I'd just do my own thing. And then I had my AP English. And then, yeah, all my other classes were tutoring.
Probably should have paid attention in school.
Nah, I think it's all pretty worthless.
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn what you want to learn.
That's the thing about, like, school these days. Like, you're not teaching a kid anything. Like, for the real world. Like,
I mean,
I never learned how to balance a checkbook. I don't even know how to. I still don't know how to fucking do that shit. I'm 27. Like, what the fuck?
I have a checkbook and I have no clue. Like, is there money in there?
It's like,
okay, here,
it's like, oh, this is my checkbook. Look, I'm balancing it. That's as far as it goes when it comes to fucking balancing a fucking checkbook.
I mean,
I like a lot of social stuff.
Our stuff is lazy as fuck now because we don't actually have to balance a checkbook.
Yeah,
because you can look at your account all
right.
the time, and as long as
There's
you
an app for that.
Yeah, as long as you remember that you actually wrote a check, you're fine.
God, I can't remember the last time I wrote a check.
I've never wrote a fucking check.
I've wrote a few. I have to write them for my dad because he can't write his hand. His hands are like this.
Oh yeah.
So anytime he needs a check written, I have to do it for him.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't until. No, yeah. When I first moved out.
They actually
Yeah,
did
start
teach us
paying
how to
rent.
write checks in 5th grade. I remember that.
Yeah, they taught us how to write
They teach
checks.
you how to write them. They don't teach
Yeah,
you
they
how to. No, I'm saying they teach you how to write them. They don't teach you how
Not
to keep
about
track of that
them.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's free money. Write on it.
Just keep writing them till they tell you to stop.
Like, I think my parents tried to show me one time, and I'm like, I don't have anything to write checks for right now, so that's kind of stupid. And then when I moved out, I was like, oh shit, real life, fuck.
I don't know. By the time I moved out, everything was online anyway, so it's just like, okay.
I mean, I had to pay my rent in checks and stuff, and then now I pay.
Yeah.
I only pay a
in-
couple things in
My rent's
checks,
a
right?
money order, so I just
Yeah.
give it to the nice lady at Walmart, and she writes me or prints me out a thing, and then I'm good.
Yeah, like I feel like the use of like real money is gonna like be obsolete.
Bitcoins.
I legit like looked in my wallet the other day and was like, there was like $2 in there, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Who put that?
And I'm like, when did I ever have more than $2 to get this $2? It's change.
See, all of my roommates work in restaurants and stuff, and so they get tips like in cash and stuff. So they always like, I pay all the bills and they give me the cash for it. So that's the only time I have cash is like right around like bill time, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What are you giving me? And then
What are you giving me? What is
and then I
this?
go to the bank and I'm like, do something with it. They're like, okay, we'll put it in your account, sir.
I just use my cards for everything. I mean,
Yeah. Or Google.
my thing too is like, I mean, I've actually like had my money stolen and stuff before, so it's like, I'd rather you steal a card that I can say, hey, I didn't spend that money, give it back,
Right.
or whatever, and the bank will do that. If I lose cash, fuck.
Have you ever been like mugged?
No.
I didn't get mugged, but I had some. Okay, I used to work at Walmart, and I don't drive, so I was walking home, and it was like 11 at night. This guy came up to me and pulled a knife on me and was like, "Give me all your money," and I'm like, "I work at Walmart and I don't have a car." And he just like blinked, and I was like, "I don't have anything. Go away."
I don't have
like,
anything.
He's like, "You got a phone?" And I'm like, "It's a flip phone."
He was like, ah.
Yeah, and he's like,
keep it, man, keep it.
And he
You're
literally
doing
he
worse
just,
than me.
he just like walked across the street and left, and I was like, "Wow, did I almost get mugged?"
You survived a mugging. That's some superhero shit right there, man.
I was like, I put my headphone back in and I went home.
That is crazy.
I did call my mom. I was like, "Mom, I think somebody tried to steal my money, but I didn't have any." So she's like, "Oh, good for you, honey."
That's kind of dope, though. I mean, like,
It's sad.
I would have just had a seizure and he'd have been dealing with that situation.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, because
I
everything.
think he
makes me
would have
anxious.
stabbed you just to help you out. Like, damn,
Like-
you're having a seizure. Damn, this healthcare, the insurance here is like crazy.
Like, I have healthcare.
Ironically, it was right across from the ambulance
That's why
center.
I have no money.
God, this is the first time I've had health insurance in 10 years.
I got it. I
I know.
ended up getting, the Obamacare insurance, which
I couldn't
last
even
year.
afford Obamacare when I was at
Yeah.
theater. Oh, it's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, last year it was still pretty expensive. This year it went down for some reason, but I mean that's fine.
Because like the last 5 years, because you get penalized if you don't get Obamacare,
Yeah.
and I'm like, they'll make it up. It's
Yeah.
like when I did taxes, they're like,
Jesus.
I
And
was
it-
fine. I never got like,
The thing about it that's so funny is like the penalty that they're charging you, like, it was less than 1 month of insurance through our job. So I'm like, fucking find me then.
because my roommate got fined for it. Was my roommate at the time, the heroin addict.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Yeah.
He was such a likable guy until he started doing heroin.
That's how it goes. But yeah, I think he got fined for it, and they like garnished his wages and shit.
Yeah, if you
And-
didn't pay enough the previous year, yeah.
But I got through. I think I was like right under it, and they didn't find me. I still got my full refund, and I was like, I'm gonna get drunk.
I think my worst one was like year before last. They finally realized I had never paid on my student loans, and they were like, "Oh, you thought you were getting money?" It was the first year I claimed my daughter, and they were like, "Oh, give us all of that."
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah, I like needed a new car and everything, and they were like, "Nope."
You thought you were doing good. I never went to college, which is
Well,
funny.
I mean, I went for 1 semester,
Same.
and then I moved down here, and I went for like a semester online, but my teachers were garbage because it's online, and they don't have to care about anything.
Same. What happened with me? I went online, failed my classes, and decided to withdraw. And student financial aid was like, "Yeah, we ain't paying that." So for 7 years, I owed money to University of Phoenix.
See, that's why he should have fucked the cops up in the first place. Never trust them.
These are cops on Fisk payroll.
They're still
don't
cops.
Matter.
If you just don't trust any of them, you don't have to worry about who's on anyone's payroll. Yeah, I think I'll probably, if I don't do anything more, I'll be paying for mine for like another 10 years. And it's just ridiculous. But
It is.
But that's why I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm trying to explain that. If I'm making more money, I can pay them off quicker. But
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what do you know?
yeah.
I don't know. I think schools.
I mean, and I'm like, the stupid thing about it is that it's cost so much, and I don't want to go to school to be like a fucking doctor.
Right.
I want to go to school for welding. Like, this is something, you probably should be teaching kids in school, because not everyone's going to go to school to be like an academic. Like,
Yeah, everybody's not gonna go to school and want to go. That's the point I was trying to make earlier, and then I got into the game. It's like, not everybody wants to go to school for like 8 to 10, 12 years and like get a job and just work a like crazy amount of debt. Like, some people want to just work blue collar. Is it blue collar?
yeah.
Yeah, some people just want to work blue collar jobs.
I'm fine with it.
I
As
mean,
long as I
And
have
like
enough
work in
to-
mills and like do
The only like sort
plumbing or something like that.
The only like academic thing I ever wanted to do was be a marine biologist. But like, even that, I was kind of like, I'm spending how much time in the water? I don't know if you've seen my skin lately, but you don't get along with the water so well.
Bro.
But
I
I
wanna
mean,
be an architect.
Being part Indian, like, it's not. I'm not gonna say it sucks, but it's very. I have very Native. Sorry,
go.
Native American. Being part Native American, because I'm part Cherokee. I know you're,
I'm half Lumbee.
and you're.
My dad's totally Lumbee.
Wait, you're Cherokee too, right?
yeah, different Cherokee.
Oh, how we different? It's the same Cherokee.
They're not the same, but okay.
There's different
There's-
tribes within.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the same with Lumbee people. They're depending. It's basically based off last names. So, which I just found out.
And like,
recently.
we were just in different areas. Like, I know my tribe did travel to the Carolinas, but after some people got here, they kind of stopped. Oh man, I am almost dead already.
Are y'all enough to get like reparations and
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
Really?
My great grandfather was the chief of our.
Nice.
Whoop, dead
See,
already.
Lumbees I could, but Lumbees aren't technically a
Yeah,
tribe.
and see, we fought that up until 2-3 months ago. They actually, we were a recognized tribe for a long time. Then, the state started recognizing another tribe that was a tribe that moved there later on as an indigenous tribe, and that ours was a tribe that moved there. And we're like, oh, I fucking know, like, so we had to fight that. And like, I think it was about 6 months ago, we actually finally won. But they still have like stolen like a shit ton of artifacts and like things from our family that we had in a museum in the town that I lived in. And when they went to do renovations on the museum, they were just like, oh, we're going to take that and send it to every different school across the state because you don't exist. What?
So fucked
you do?
up.
So,
Yeah, that's what I've been following it. randomly added to some Lumbee tribe thing. I don't even know who added me, but they're still trying to fight, and it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, what can you do if they're gonna turn you down? I mean, they did elect the governor of North Carolina just elected a Lumbee,
Which is nonsense.
yeah, yeah.
I've been following like different like tribes and things like that, and like when people have to fight to be included in a government that they're expressly excluded from, and then the government is like, okay, we'll make up a thing for you. You guys manage yourself. You don't get anything from us, and also because of that, fuck you. And we might just take your shit later on, cause you're not paying us anything. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they don't get paid shit. It's so fucked up.
Like I followed, like there was some tribes out west that
I'm going again because fuck Fifth.
they like I guess the area is like known for coal and stuff like that. So they would sell wood and stuff, you know, for making coal and whatnot.
Right.
But they were only allowed to sell it in like certain amounts. Once they reached that amount, they weren't allowed to sell to anyone outside of the tribe anymore. And it was like a stupid small amount for like thousands of people, and they're supposed to split that money up. And they're like, okay, so what do we do? Then it got to the point where it's like, okay, they don't actually. A lot of the people there weren't actually using wood to heat their homes. They're using gas and whatever.
Yeah.
They still have to pay for that, but they're not allowed to sell any of the things that they actually make money from. And if they get jobs off the reservations, then they lose other things. And it's like,
that's so
what
terrible.
kind of fucked up catch-22 bullshit is this?
Yeah, I don't know. It's my dad just got Facebook recently, which is funny.
Oh Lord,
just because
the stories about your dad.
my dad's.
Couldn't
I
make-
love him. He's crazy.
I love your dad too, and I've never met him.
But he's just now like connecting with all his cousins and stuff because like I don't know. It's really fucked up. Because like in Lumberton, like the cops are really awful, and they arrest everyone for nothing, and like their whole, like families get scattered and don't even like. I don't know. It's so fucking weird. Like my dad doesn't even know who his real parents are. He was kidnapped, but the cops didn't do anything about it because they're like it's a Lumbee issue.
Yeah.
And but then they'll stick their nose in for like drug things. Like it's so fucked. What the like. I don't know.
Well,
yeah, I remember
governments are corrupt by like nature. Like,
but like at my Mima, that's my grandma on my dad's side. Her funeral, like his aunt came up to him and was like, "Yeah, I'm actually your real mom. We don't know who your dad is. Like she kidnapped him from her sister, and then he has a white brother who she kidnapped from a bar, and they just like let her because the lady was a drug addict and was like, I can't take care of him, you can have him. And so like my dad told me, he's like, I came home from school one day and there was a white baby in a crib. And she was just like, this is your brother now, and he's like, alright,
cool.
My family's fucking crazy.
yo, join the club.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has families crazy. And that's not even including the white side.
We just found out about an aunt that we have that is my mom's, I guess, like third oldest sisters. There's like 9, well now 10 of them.
Jesus.
We just found out about her like last year. She like messaged us and she's like, "Hey, so
we're related.
I'm your sister," and we're like, "What the what?
What the what?"
She's like a producer, like a television producer or something in like California or something. I'm like, oh, dope.
That's just like my cousin. Oh shit, I'm getting fucking thwacked.
I don't know how many shots I've had now. I think I just slurred, so that should tell you.
Good enough. Good enough.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Ah,
What the
Whoa! Clip that.
Ew!
What the fuck is that?
Your body
He
did
threw
gross
your
things.
legs into the wall.
Well, he is very strong.
That is the some Fallout 76 type bullshit right there.
Oh god.
Yo, but this game won awards, okay?
Yeah,
But What was I gonna say?
Fallout
my
would have
God.
won awards if it wasn't for those pesky fans.
If it wasn't for people who love the game and express their discontent.
Yeah. And you know what? I just realized,
Oh my God, he almost ran me over.
like, yesterday, the one part of the game that I was actually missing, and then I realized that that's what people were talking about by the NPCs. That there's no, you can't make choices, you know, as far as like, oh, I'm gonna just kill this random guy, and that'll set me on another path and give me a totally different ending to the game.
That's not how it works.
No, not in Fallout 76.
That's
there's
so
no,
weird.
because there's no NPCs, so there's no conversations to be had.
Okay, okay.
Because it's trying to be an MMO. It's trying to be like World of Warcraft.
The only one I've
Maple
played is New
Story.
Vegas.
Yeah.
So
This game is like they added like online aspects to it, so
Yeah.
it's more players interacting with each other.
Yeah. I mean, there is a story for, you know, everybody that complains that there's no story. There's multiple stories. There is a main story, and there's like a bunch of different things that go on that are part of that. You can choose to like side with different factions, but it kind of pretty much boils down to where you got to first. And you can still go back and change it if you want. I mean, but yeah, the not being able to make choices that affect the rest of the game kind of does stink.
I thought that was the whole.
Yeah, and
Point.
that is kind of the best part of it.
like
But
choose
the
your
fact
own
that I've
ending.
had it for how many months now,
Oh,
and
speaking
not
of
even thought of it.
choosing, sorry.
Yeah.
Choose your own ending. Have you guys watched that Bandersnatch thing on Black
did.
Mirror?
I
haven't
did.
watched it yet.
I watched most of the endings. My sister told me if you just don't choose anything ever, you'll end up seeing them all. I did make choices, and once you finish it, it gives you the option of going back to the like last divergent point that changes the story, and seeing it. Even still, you can go back to one point and then course correct yourself and land on the same ending again.
My friend did it all, and he even ended up finding the secret ending.
Did y'all see that they got sued by that Choose Your Own Ending books?
Did they really? How, is that a
That's a thing?
Yeah,
Like, is there only one company that's allowed to do that?
I guess. I don't know.
That's
I used to
cool.
love those books when I was a kid, but I was like, that's the first time I've seen them pop up. Like, they just kind of went kaput. I didn't think they were a thing anymore, and apparently
Well, I
they're
guess it's
still
their time to
together.
shine.
Yeah, they're like,
Sue somebody.
Bandersnatch. No thanks. I'm getting money. I don't know. That's so crazy.
Yeah, I've heard of them, like heard of those kind of books, but I never.
They were
read them.
really good. I remember the one that my favorite one I would always die in, which is morbid, but whatever. It was so good, but I always drown. You always end up drowning. It's like you're in like this beach house and you either get killed and you drown and then, I don't know.
See, my lazy ass would go to the end of the book, find the ending I like, and then find out all the
that's
ways
so
to get back to.
fun! I mean, I would just keep reading it till I did all the endings, but I guess the same with the Bandersnatch thing. You just
Yeah.
keep doing it till
Yeah.
you see all the endings.
I mean, there's
That was-
some of them that were like whacked out like crazy, but
I mean, Black Mirror's like that anyway.
yeah,
My thing is, how can you get sued by concept?
Yeah.
Like a
That's-
chooser,
yeah.
How do you,
Unless-
that will never hold up in court because there's a lot of shit that is literally choose your ending.
unless it's literally like. I
mean,
mean,
all-
is Bandersnatch an actual book? Because I don't know. I didn't even bother
don't
checking.
even know.
like
I mean, there's a lot of games that are like that, obviously. It's
like
just
there's games where it's like you gotta make a choice between this or that. That's essentially choosing your own ending because the choices you make throughout
Right.
a video game determines whether you're gonna get a certain ending. Like,
I don't know if it'll hold up.
Like-
I mean, it could
I
have
mean-
been some.
oh, I just thought
Fake
about what we need to
news.
play on
I
here.
could totally.
What?
Was it?
Infamous, because that's a perfect
yeah.
that's a
I
perfect
haven't-
example of
yeah.
choosing your own ending
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
like you either play the good guy or you play the bad guy or you go some weird way in between, and like
See, like I can understand being able to sue for the concept of something that is new, like fucking the PUBG and Fortnite thing.
that shit didn't
It's-
hold up in
and
court.
it's not even it's not even a new concept. It's just new to popularity.
Right.
So, yeah, that's a fucking idiotic choice. But either way, I mean, that's a relatively new thing, and I can understand it.
Yeah.
You know, having some kind of plausibility. But for something that's fucking 50 years old, come on now.
Yeah, like I remember all the choose your own adventure books I got from a used bookstore as a like 9-year-old, and they were like yellowed as fuck. So
Yeah.
them shits has been around forever.
It's like somebody writing a book and somebody being like, I wrote a book in the 20s and I'm suing you. No one can put words on paper. Just me. Like, shut up.
Basically.
What are you doing? Oh. What's this backpack thing?
Oh, you collect backpacks throughout the city that have like old stuff in them, because he used to keep his suits around different various points in the city.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you gotta go collect them. I think that's the story behind it.
Okay. I just know that that's like the thing that people were like talking about collecting.
Yeah, you collect backpacks, voice things.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
It's
been a while
fucking
since-
terrifying to be Spider-Man. Just slinging yourself through the fucking city.
But you gotta think, he has a sense that tells him when danger's coming. So it's
Yeah.
like, why would you ever be worried about anything ever?
So
And
basically, I just
considering-
need to get bit by a spider and I won't have anxiety anymore. Sounds dope. Gonna do it.
well,
Got some bad news for you about that, buddy.
well, didn't they say it's equivalent? Like his spider sense is equivalent to like having anxiety, like having a panic attack. Because it's like,
Ew, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
So back to being Spider-Man is terrifying.
I mean, if he's used to it. I mean,
I'm used to having anxiety.
Oh,
It doesn't
what-
get any
what-
well,
better.
because you know there's no benefit to your anxiety.
No,
it's
not
just
really.
there for anxiety's sake. Same as mine. Like,
Staying on edge
Hmm.
till you die sounds great.
I'm feeling a little panicky and I might pass out. So, nothing good about this.
Yeah, oh my god. Okay, so the other day I forgot something on my pallet at the job that we work at.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Keith was like, where is it? And I eventually found it, but I was just like, everything is panicky here and I hate it.
I do, like, when I go home, like, I'll be like, oh,
Yeah, because
there was that refrigerated thing.
when we finished, he was like, do you want to go to break? You seem a little flustered. He's like, I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom now. And he was like,
what
okay.
was it like? The perfect example, the last hour of work.
Oh, God.
That
Dude,
was
I sat
that
in
was
my
a
car.
that was a spidey
Let's
sense.
take a
I
shot. to
sat
that
in the
now.
car and was like, because I had been literally running everywhere.
Yeah,
Like, I ran across the street to get to Black
one
Roshi,
place. Yeah,
and then
thank you.
had to push, the things up the hill.
Stuff and things.
Oh, this jackass fell.
Wait, what?
The first one, the first one, I pulled up, so he's behind me. I think pushing. I don't know. Leaning. Well, he was because he was on the phone. You saw him. So he was on the phone. He comes down and he's standing on the phone, and I'm looking at him like, bruh, like, you work for me. Get the fuck off your phone. So he starts pushing it up the hill with one hand,
Wow.
still on the phone, and I'm like, yo, come on, we gotta move. So he gets off the phone, and he's pushing it, and like, he disappeared behind it for a little bit, he pops up. I'm like, what the
I didn't
So-
know if you saw my text or not.
yeah, well, I didn't see it until after I got the first one up there.
Ah.
So, I mean, clearly he wasn't doing too much, because I'm like dying by the time I get it into the warehouse. And he's like, huh, all right. And I'm like, come on, let's get the next one. I'm like, so we get down there, and I'm like, all right, you pull this one. I'm going to push it. So he starts pulling it, and like, I mean, he must have been pulling it like this. I'm like this, like just. I'm like behind it, like I'm like
Trucking.
my tires were spinning, just smoke kicking up behind me,
God.
and I'm like pushing
Okay.
and pushing. This mug falls, so then I gotta stop. We're halfway
He
up the first
fell?
ramp. He fell. I'm like, you jackass. So I'm supporting the full weight of this thing, and like I'm actually still moving forward because I'm like I'm not letting this thing fall on me.
Yeah, obviously.
So somebody else was like, said something to him about, keep a better grip or something like that. He stands up, turns around to have a conversation with this motherfucker. I'm still pushing the shit up the goddamn hill.
Oh my god.
I'm like, bro.
And hey, you.
Then he takes a hand, he takes the thing, and starts going back up again. And I'm like running, like, I swear, like, my shoes were like, all the way up the hill. We get up to the top of the hill. Some big old lady behind me is like, ha ha, you need to get better tread on your shoes. And I'm like,
What?
Some big old lady.
I was, yeah.
That describes like all
This
of
is
them at the
90%
company we
common
work.
there. So I'm like, you know what, you fuck, just go away.
There's nothing wrong with big old ladies. I love
Well,
big
I
old
mean,
ladies.
me too, but not when you're saying snarky ass shit
No,
behind
no,
me
no.
after I just pushed 900 pounds up a
There's
goddamn
a lot
hill.
of snarky ass people out there,
Yeah.
by the way.
Oh god.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
yeah.
He fell though. That
I
is
can't believe
fucking hilarious.
Then I'm like, you know,
oh, yeah.
because I actually am sort of nice sometimes. Whoa. What is going on here?
I'm moving the arm.
Bruh.
This is the motion I have
Wow.
when I use.
Wow.
Well, but is
Wow.
that that the
Wow.
left hand? Yeah, that's the exact motion.
Wait, you do it left hand too?
Yeah,
I do it
mean,
too.
What?
Fucking heathens.
I'm a southpaw.
I mean, in this way though, that's
exactly. That's how you get the maximum torquage.
That's just weird.
It's essentially if you get the kung fu grip going.
Shut up.
That's horrible.
Okay.
This podcast is over.
Yes, we're done. I thought we were gonna make it through a whole hour, but no.
Nope.
I don't even know what. I thought somebody else was keeping time.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Oh man.
We made it 45 minutes and then it just went.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least we had some sort of structure.
And it's completely Spider-Man's fault at this
It
point.
is. Fuck Spider-Man.
And children with their no restraint.
Oh, I can't believe he fell.
Yeah,
That's-
and then because I'm not like a complete asshole. I'm like, oh, are you okay? He wanted to stop. We weren't even in the warehouse yet, and he's like, let's go with a handle. I'll be okay. Okay, I don't really care. Just go. Then you saw at this point it was like 4:25. We got 30 minutes or whatever before
God,
we're
today
done.
was terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry.
I'm like, bruh, just bring these 2 pallets back, and there was 2 carts. You want me to make 4 trips? I'm like, you got 30 minutes. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I swear. He came back. He came back, and he was done at maybe 5 of or whatever. Then he got pissed off.
Sure
No,
he
it was 10
upset.
up. It was 10 up, and he was pissed, and I told him to go pick up pallets from one of the other buildings, and he was like,
But
he had that. I want to say something, but I can't. Look on his face. All right.
All right,
Yeah.
what is the point? Okay, I'm
This is
I'm digging this.
Okay, so this part of the game, you have to. You're working in Dr. Octavius's lab, and
Docking.
Stop.
Nope.
You only have. But do you have to hit the unlock points?
you have to hit the unlock points.
So why would you go straight there? There's 2 unlock points up
Never
top.
go straight. That's my advice.
Well, why are you missing those 2 up top?
Oh, that's why. Okay.
So the one that you got 1 of.
The current only flows one way. That's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta go based off of the way the current's going. So one there, that there, obviously.
No. Go back.
I wouldn't use that there.
Go back.
Take it back now, y'all.
The second one down.
This time.
Yep, that one.
2 hops this time.
Wow.
No.
These places are locked.
Oh, I thought you were saying you had to go through the lock spots.
No, you don't. The only one you have to go through is this one right here,
Oh, okay.
because the current is flowing that way. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I got you.
So-
Oh yeah, you had it. Go ahead. Carry
So
on.
this, the one,
Carry on with your business.
that one.
No.
Did I mess up again?
Did you?
I did. I'm using the wrong one. I'm using the wrong one. God, we are such capable gamers.
I'm watching you, man. This balls in
There
your
we go.
court.
There we go. Okay, I think I got
Clearly,
it.
I can't even fight.
I don't even know what the
so.
fuck is happening, so y'all doing
This
better than
reminds me. It reminds me of this game that I used to play when I was a kid. It was like some mouse that was like a super scientist, and you had to help him fix his inventions.
That
and
seems
stuff.
really familiar, and I don't know what it is, but I think I.
It was like a bunch of train tracks and stuff. And you'd have to put the
Yeah.
pieces in order, and then you'd have to like answer questions after you did all this math.
I'm probably pissing somebody off right now.
Yeah. Somebody's watching. It's like,
Somebody's gonna watch this and just be like, God damn it, do it right, you fuck.
They're just gonna close
But the
that out
the
right
ending
there.
has to be in that red spot, right?
Yeah, the end thing has to be in that red orangey spot.
It's burnt orange.
There we go. That's the flow.
I think that's the one thing I
Yeah.
miss about Walmart.
No,
is
you start
mixing
missing. You're still missing another.
What
Oh,
was that?
I thought you only had one. Whatever.
I had the one that I used it at the first corner.
paint. I drank more than I thought I did.
I'm gonna need you to.
Okay.
I'm good. I ate today.
Okay. We just.
I ate
Oh yeah.
today.
Oh yeah.
At one point.
Oh yeah. Cool story.
Oh no.
On the way here,
No.
we were trying to come up with a name, cause we have a friend. Her name is we'll call her. Nah, that's too obvious.
Awesome.
We'll call her I was gonna say Sailor Moon.
That's no.
Okay.
You can't brainstorm the name.
Yeah, we can't brainstorm name now.
Go with whatever you feel.
You think?
is in your
Okay,
heart.
HQ. We'll go with HQ.
Okay.
Because that's not as obvious.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
we
yeah.
know who it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so HQ is over the top. She thinks she's an anime girl, but she's not. And
I mean, she kind of essentially.
Are you guys
super
being
is.
anime elitists?
No. She's very anime.
no, she is.
But she is a human girl. But she thinks she's an anime character.
Oh, one of those people.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that give anime people a bad rep.
Yeah. I
Me
do.
fave.
Yeah, I do not have
So, like-
particular liking for that.
Yeah, the ones that are, that say anime words even though they don't know what they
And they like,
Yeah.
like what-
kawaii.
Stop that.
She's like, I'm so kawaii. But yeah, so we found out. We found out one weekend, like we were hanging out, and one Friday we were hanging out, and I found out that he becomes her whenever he gets really drunk and hasn't eaten, cause he was like, "Oh, Gerard, I love you. I hate you. Fuck you." You know.
So basically,
You know-
a 14-year-old.
Yeah. Basically.
Essentially, yeah.
Basically, every 14-year-old ever.
Essentially a 14-year-old, and
That kind of sums it up, really. Yeah, pretty much.
and so like we couldn't come up with a name for him, for that drunken form of his, and so we decided it was gonna be Tsundere Jeremy. And a tsundere
Okay.
is an anime term. It's where the main character likes the side character,
Mhm.
but she is hateful towards him, but she means it in a loving way. So it's like if somebody's really mean to you, that means they like you. That's
Okay.
that's
Like,
that's the term.
Not even.
I mean,
not
basically,
mean,
like my existence.
like beating up and
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
He asked me to review his work.
Certified X available.
Might as well dig in now.
The lab stuff is probably the worst thing about this game.
Like, yeah, he took you to the jerk-off machine. That's basically all I can see in here.
The jerk off 9000.
Yeah, like, it's
Yo, it's in beta, dog. It's 2019. we having sex with robots out here. Fuck you mean? So you saying you wouldn't have sex with Android 18?
That's weird.
I mean,
So you saying you wouldn't do it?
I mean, if they're fleshy enough.
If they're
I don't know.
oh
No.
my goodness.
I'm an emotional ass person. I need you to be more than yes, no.
What the?
Oh, I gotta pick the fragments that fit.
Oh,
each.
so 3.
3, 2.
So basically you're at work.
Yeah. Essentially, this is his
Job.
he's an intern. So
Oh.
yeah.
Hydrogel polymer.
Hydrogen polymer composite.
Strong, but there's a lot of
Chemistry.
pieces.
To answer your question, I
Contact
mean,
keep
that's
looking
just.
for other materials.
I wasn't gonna answer it really. I mean, that's just a ridiculous thing to like say and mean, like to another human adult. Like that's weird.
What hydrogen?
Get
No.
outta here before I screw things up.
Are you saying you wouldn't fuck Android 18? Like that's just like a weird thing. to
I
say.
like
How's that
reception.
a weird
It's just-
thing?
it's a weird thing.
I'm-
to
I'm-
say.
How's that weird?
I couldn't do it. I like you got to give back what I'm giving to you.
I mean,
and
she's
it's like,
programmed too, so.
I mean,
that's not
Actually,
the
no, she's
same.
not
She's
really.
technically not
programmed
a-
to
she's
beat the fuck out of people. So
she's technically an android, but it's like she's still part human. So like the human
Oh
body.
yeah, if she's part human.
If
yeah.
she's
She had a
human,
daughter.
that would be a cyborg.
She had a daughter.
Technically, this is Cyborg 18 that we're
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
here because
Do not. She's her
to
name
be
is
clear. To be
Her
clear,
name is Android 18,
I don't
and
give
you
a fuck
will
what her
address
name
her
is.
as such.
Her name
Do
is
you want me to
Cyborg
attack
18.
you right now?
Okay, how about
Cyborg
this?
18.
If it was like Teen Titans Cyborg, I'd fuck Cyborg. I mean, he's a human, but he's mechanical
missing
parts.
certain human anatomy. We don't know how far his human anatomy goes. We've seen Android 18 literally have a child.
Yeah.
My thing here is that Cyborg's name is Cyborg because he's a cyborg. So I'm just.
But he's part human. At least his brain
Well, that's
part
a
is.
cyborg.
Yeah.
That's a cyborg because otherwise, you know, just wouldn't be a cyborg. I'm just saying.
Okay, it's different. if there's some actual human, like if there's a human brain involved, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But if it's just a fuck machine, then no.
That would be an android.
I couldn't. I feel,
My phone is not
Would you-
called a cyborg.
I'll fuck the shit on my phone later.
hey man, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a point where you could like plug your phone into a sex bot and go like,
Oh my god, have y'all ever watched The Good Place? Okay, it's fucking funny that your phone did that because there's a character. This ties in. I'm smart. No, there's a supercomputer in The Good Place, which is heaven essentially, and she's lonely, so she makes a human counterpart to basically fuck because she wants somebody to interact with her.
Sounds like a movie I've seen.
And it's a show, and his genitals are wind chimes. So every time your phone does the wind chimes, I'm like, that's his.
No, that sounds like it's an episode of Black Mirror.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. This lady's husband dies, and so she goes and makes they have like robot replacements for people who or whatever
Have
person
you
or
seen
whatever
San
dies.
Junipero episode? It's so good. Sorry. Anyway.
I only watched I think probably like the first season. I think I don't. They were
That's all I
on
watched
Netflix
too. I haven't watched
or-
anything
or-
past that.
Then I started watching What Happened to Monday, I think, which is pretty good.
I've heard that's good, but
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
It's an interesting concept. I mean, I feel like someone would have definitely noticed all of this bullshit way earlier. So, I mean, like, it's a town where everything is controlled and everything is monitored.
Oh yeah.
And like, there's only supposed to be one kid, but there's
Ew.
7 of them. Yeah, it was like some weird thing.
That sounds really cool. I might watch it actually.
Yeah, but it's like if everything's monitored and they're like the government's watching everything. You don't think they're noticing that 7 people's worth of food is going into this house? There's 7 people's worth of toilet flushes happening here.
Oh
Like-
yeah.
"Hey government."
Yeah.
It's that guy's dick. It's so good though. That's like one of the best sitcoms I've seen in a minute. Like,
Would you still have sex if your dick made that sound every time you like orgasm?
yeah.
I think I would be a lot more like self-conscious. Does it have to be like a full orgasm? Like if I get a little excited, is it gonna be
Half-chime.
like?
No, it's not when you get like aroused. I'm talking about every time you orgasm.
No, I'd be so
That'd
totally
be kind of
down.
dope.
I want
Like-
everybody to know.
That'd be kind of dope. Like mission accomplished.
Right? It's the deed is done.
It's like that's a way to end the.
Yeah, that's how we know. That's how you know we're
It's the
done.
angels cheering for you.
Yo, we are trash. I
Yup.
had a bunch of talk points. and
Yeah,
it's
I mean, I was waiting,
We used
but-
none of them.
Wait,
I was
you
waiting
did?
for-
Oh, what
okay,
did
we
you-
got like 20 minutes
Let me
left.
see your
so.
list.
Okay. I was digital versus hard copy. How do
Okay.
y'all feel about
All right,
that?
let's do it. I am definitely
Like music?
always.
Just any sort of medium.
Well,
what is your preference and why?
Okay. I like having hard copy because you're not always digitally connected. Like, there's been times when my internet went down and I fucking listen to CDs and watch DVDs and shit. It's nice,
Maybe.
but I like having digital's easy and quick. So I like having both.
See, for me, for movies, it doesn't really matter. I'm like not that connected to. But, I mean, like I love movies and stuff, but I'm not like I don't need to have, a copy of something except for Black Panther. Black Panther, that was a must-have. But I mean,
I really want to get that vinyl. but I have no vinyl
Oh,
player.
it's such a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
If there's like a special edition of like a movie or a soundtrack, then yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Input bands
I
can be
mean,
shifted. Subtle.
yeah, sometimes like I mean I live like way in the woods, so if my Wi-Fi goes out, I have nothing for like 5 miles.
right.
So I understand that, but I'm just hoping that my Wi-Fi never goes out, and if so, I can drive somewhere where there is Wi-Fi, or where I can get a cell phone reception. For games, I probably will always be until they just stop making hard copies be in the hard copies because I can resell them. You can't resell
Well,
digital things,
That's
and I mean, even if I get $5 back on a game I spent $80 on 2-3 years before, that's more than zero. So
And plus, by then you've gotten your play.
yeah, I've gotten my fill of it. I mean, and people are always like, well, I only, buy games I know I'm going to want. You can't ever tell that because I bought Fallout 76.
And we're back there.
And yes, I love Fallout. I do love that game, but it's annoying as all fuck right now. And if I hadn't, if I didn't already know I was only going to get $4 for it, like, I would have already sold it. But
I go back and forth a lot because my dream job essentially, I want to design album art. I want to paint and I want to make art for music that I really, really like. That's my dream job, which is dying because of this issue. But I don't know. I'm quick and I like easy shit and I want to put stuff on my phone and essentially, you only get that one tiny little square. But like I like having like liner, like the like all the notes and stuff. I want to thank this person. I want the lyrics and all that shit. But I mean, you can essentially get that digitally. But
It
I
doesn't
like
have
having
that
it.
same
But basically,
effect,
you
though.
just need to tap into the hipster market.
Just
and
like right now, Mortal Kombat is about to come out. Mortal Kombat 11 is about to come out, and they have a $300 fucking deluxe edition. Like people
What's the one that's...
people love their collectibles, so it's
Yeah.
like
Well, like I just started getting vinyl stuff, and I don't even fucking have a record player. I intend to get one. I intend to get one or whatever. But like a lot of the times when I buy like a CD or something, it's like a package deal, or you get some sort of like T-shirt or a sticker or some bullshit. And so I end up buying it, and I'm like, I don't have anything to play this on. But it is nice to have. It's nice to have a hard copy.
Mm-hmm.
It just is. I mean, that could just be our generation thing. It could be dead in like 10 years.
I mean, but that's the thing, like, where fucking hipsters are actually useful. Because they keep alive shit like vinyl.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to buy vinyls if it wasn't for hipsters actually
Exactly.
keeping that shit alive.
do you notice how crazy the flip was between like generations? Like we went
Things increased really
like
quickly.
with the increase of technology. It's like, damn, they about to jump her like a lunch line. With the
Good lord.
with the increase of technology.
Get away from her.
I mean, and
Let me make my point. With the increase of technology, I've said this like 20 times.
yes.
My brain is
All right, come on. Let's
Brain
go.
is-
Get it.
okay.
No one was stopping you that time.
like it seems
You need a
like
shot?
the more people don't deal with technology, they're happier than back before. Like, for example, like you'll go sit here and delete 300 emails, but if you receive a fucking letter from somebody who just randomly
Yeah.
wrote you,
Yeah.
the endorphin rush is just
Yeah.
amazing because it's like, oh my god, real mail from
Somebody
a real
put actual
person.
effort into this instead of typing keys really quickly.
Yeah.
Like
Which I mean,
that doesn't
I've
make
done
sense.
my escape from social media. So it's like actually awesome when people do actually message me
Yeah.
because otherwise, you're tagging me and shit and whatever, and we're having conversations on a post or whatever, but we're not actually having a conversation with
Right.
each other. So when people do actually message me something, I'm like, oh, you were actually thinking about me. Fucking awesome. It's only been like 3 people. But,
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm 50-50.
But
Yeah. I do. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it like with the hard copy thing, like I have the 64, which I'm trying to sell. If anybody wants a 64, I'm trying to sell one. But
What are
I
you
mean,
selling it for? How much? Let the people
150?
know. 150.
Yeah, 150, and that comes with 6 games. One of them is
games?
GoldenEye. One of them is Perfect Dark.
I've never played either.
You are
I only
a
like
ridiculous
okay.
person.
Yeah, I never played either.
And
I only
what
play,
the
like-
fuck is wrong with you people?
I play like it's so. I'm basically a 5-year-old. If it's not like colorful and like, I don't
Well-
play it. Like that's why I like Nintendo so much because it's all
That's
like
Nintendo.
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
It's
The
all like
fucking greatest game ever.
that's what
Literally-
Keith says. That's what. That's
It
why
is-
I have. Have you been to the back where we have? Well, yeah, where we store the
I can take care of myself.
flame keys.
I'm sure you can.
Okay.
But just
Well,
in case,
anyways,
there's
he has a
place called
password
the Feast
from
Center.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, that.
I
Well,
don't want
Oh yeah,
Double
the
07 is-
the,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
printer.
is
Yeah.
James Bond.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game
Mom
in
used to
particular
make those.
is.
Should we erase that?
Haven't
No, that's
had
fine.
any
Okay.
in a long time.
Yeah,
I'll
anyways.
check it out.
Anyway,
He said the same thing to me too, and I was
Yeah.
like, I've never played that.
It's
And he's
the-
like,
it is
you're a
one of-
garbage person.
yes, you are. You were trash.
I had no friends, so that's why I didn't play.
Well,
I was poor. I didn't have
These are
video
not
games growing up.
excuses that I am willing to accept.
Oh my god! Like, yes, it is.
You knew one random person who was trash at that game, who wanted friends to come play, and you were just like,
I didn't
No.
have friends. I stayed in a closet as a child.
Well.
I'm just kidding. Well, actually,
Uh,
kinda.
a Jace.
Anyway.
yeah,
Oh my God,
that's a
swing.
fucking fantastic game. And I'm lost, but yeah, okay. So I
Yeah.
got one when I was whatever, 12, 13 when they actually came out. And I don't even remember what happened. I think one of my asshole friends stole it or something. But anyway.
I stole my friend's Super Game Boy.
You're a piece of shit.
Well, I didn't steal it. I borrowed it, and then they moved away. And they didn't ask
Oh,
for it.
That's not
bad.
stealing, then.
That's technically stealing, but
I mean, did you know he was moving?
no.
Oh, so yeah, no, that's not.
Yeah, that's not stealing.
Yeah. No, this kid
Stealing
just came
is
over
if,
and was like,
like-
"Hey, can I borrow that?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he never brought it back. Neither one of us moved, and we hung out several times after that. And I
still
was
have
like,
it. I can play Game Boy
But-
games on my Super Nintendo. It's great.
"Oh yeah, I think it's awesome."
Yeah. Anyways.
But I forgot. Oh yeah, so yeah, then I didn't have that anymore. And then like for my 30th birthday, that was all I wanted was a 64 because that just like having that physical
Hey,
thing,
Josh,
I could download
I found
emulators.
a backpack.
Oh sweet. Now I want to know if in this city no one was like, "Hey, there's a spiderweb backpack on this wall. That's kind of weird."
They probably didn't want to touch it.
I
It
mean, I
looks
would have said
gross.
something.
I wouldn't want to touch
I
it.
mean, you could probably get stuck
Oh, it is
there
on a
for like
roof,
hours.
so-
Yeah.
I
How
guess,
many
yeah.
of these are scattered around the city?
But yeah, I mean, like I just having it is an awesome feeling. I played it
Yeah.
twice, but still, I mean, that's the thing with hard copy things. Is if you want to keep them, you can keep them forever. Whereas digital stuff, especially when like the way the consoles are, I bought digital things on my PS3 that I now never will have again because I bought them
Yeah.
digitally and I got rid of my PS3, so that stuff is gone. I can't put it on my PS4.
That's very, very true.
Yeah. I still got my. Well, yeah, y'all see it. It's
Yeah.
sitting right up there.
I mean, but if I had physical copies of stuff, I could, at some point. get it on
It's like the
PS.
same with like iTunes. Like you can download it, and you can only have like so many accounts on different devices or whatever.
Mm.
And if you run out, it's like you lose all that.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I mean, yeah, and that's, I guess too for, when things started becoming digital when I was younger, I learned the hard way on a lot of things because there was like always different kind of music programs that were like, there was like a Windows thing, with WinMX or something like that. No, not that.
That sounds familiar.
No, WinMX
That's the
was a
thing you
downloading
down-
thing. Yeah, that was where you got all the free
Oh, I
Yeah.
got so much porn from that.
shit. Good times.
Good
I mean, I
times.
used it for anime, but whatever, to each their own.
I use it for anime, music, mostly porn. I was 16.
But like there was Music Match. Music Match was a program that I used to use and that was back when I was like 13, 14
I
or
still
whatever.
talk to people from 1MX. Like I'm still friends with people that I talk to on
I
1MX.
never talked to anyone.
I did.
I'm
I
like,
met
just
this
give
really,
me your shit for free and don't question me.
I met this really cool Australian chick named Tian, and I still talk to her this day. The internet is wonderful.
I have
Before, remember how like people were so scared of like
You're gonna get raped.
It's like you better not talk to people on the
Yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
Don't trust people on the internet.
I
They're gonna
trust
kill you.
less
I have
people in
so
real
many-
life than on the internet.
And now it's like
Not me.
now it's
Like
like,
the opposite.
now it's like motherfuckers will literally call random people to pick
That's
them
how
up.
yeah.
I met my
That's
ex.
so-
really?
I lived in Scotland for like 6 months because I met some dude on the internet and we liked the
I
same
mean,
bands.
I met my girl online.
Hey.
But yeah, I mean, like now we're like,
It's
I
like,
got
Mommy,
this
how
phone to
did you
sell.
meet- how did you
Meet me
meet-
in this abandoned parking lot with $300. Like what?
It's like,
Don't
Mom-
break friends.
It's like, Mommy, how
Come
did
alone.
how did you meet Daddy? I slid in the DMs. Daddy slid in my DMs, and the rest is as
That's
you know.
so
it.
romantic.
Surfing POF and then pics look good.
Ugh,
POF
POF,
is trashy.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Backpage. Why would you do that to yourself?
I go on all the apps. I've never been on PO.
Really?
No.
Well, I'm not sure if it was that one or something.
I actually
else.
met my current boyfriend on OK Cupid, which is a trash
I think-
fucking.
Well, I think we both
website.
had ones on there, on both of them. But yeah, there was
Yuri, you there?
hard times.
No.
But yeah, it's definitely like, I mean, I used to like meet people on like AIM and stuff
Yeah, me too.
and like be like friends. I actually like, I'm trying to think. I don't think I'm actually friends with anybody I met on AIM.
I actually used to
anymore.
get commissions
I have,
from AIM. I would
Really?
meet like. That sounds really terrible.
Does.
I would meet. Shut up. I'd meet like. I was younger.
Meet these
and
older men. And
I met these older men and they would give me like jobs. So like I would like I did a fucking commission for some like giant lab in Cary for like they paid me a lot and like he wasn't creepy at all. Like he took me out to dinner and then I went to his job and I painted this mural for his office and he paid me and then he took me home.
That's awesome.
It was great. My mom was terrified.
Yeah.
She was like, I rode with her to work, and she was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I have a friend picking me up from Rockola Cafe. That was, do you remember that?
No.
That was in Great, it was where Mellow Mushroom is now. And, yeah.
I'm here like 8 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was like probably 12, 13 years ago. And yeah, I went and he got me a burger and some fries, and then we went to Raleigh, and then I did this.
Never go to a second location.
I was really young. I was 16 or 17. It was really fucking stupid. I'm surprised I'm not dead. But I did it, and I got paid, and then I came home, he brought me back to my mom's job, and there was no problems. I guess I was really lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, like back in the day, parents were very like sheltered when it came to strangers and kids, and now
My
it's
mom
like,
didn't know. She just worked so much. She was just like, okay, Jeremy's smart enough, I guess. He
I
won't
like-
get killed.
I mean, I guess that's what you gotta think with
Yeah.
kids. It's like you gotta think, hey, they're smart enough to know when they're about to die or mess with somebody who might kill them. You
The
know?
thing about it with kids is they're stupid as fuck.
Yeah, that was dumb
Like-
as fuck for me to do.
Like,
can't
I mean,
believe
you
did it.
definitely, like, you can look at your kid and be like, you are really smart. I think my daughter is incredibly smart for her age. But she does some really dumbass shit, and I know that that's not going to go away. Like,
I mean, she's a
Well,
kid.
look
Kids
at,
Yeah, I
do
mean,
dumb
she's a
shit.
kid.
Look at who her daddy is.
well,
Oh!
first off, fuck you. And also, I mean, like, just in general, I know plenty of younger people that are really, really smart, doing, like, amazing things with their 16, 17-year-old life, and I'm like,
Right.
man, I wish I thought of that. But then
Oh,
they do
same.
really dumb-ass shit, and I'm like, you don't know how to fucking use a washing machine?
Mm.
Come on! Like, that's the things that you think are common sense, but it turns out it's not.
Yeah, I've met people like that. It's like, you gotta be able to take care of yourself at least a little bit.
Yeah, like, I think, as far as people I've met online that I'm, like, still friends with, really, I think there's only, like, a couple that I met when I, like, either off of AIM that I don't even
Oh
really
shit! I
remember.
dropped the car.
See, I do it daily. Like,
Ah, drop it.
I'm an introvert anyway. I don't like.
Well, I mean, now that I think about it, go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, like I'll like. I met a friend at a concert, we talked on Tumblr, and we had a lot of same interests or whatever, and we both lived in the same state. He lived in Raleigh, and I live here, and we both like the same band, and we're like, let's meet up at this concert. So now, because I mean, nobody comes to fucking Burlington. Every band comes to Raleigh. So anytime that any kind of bands, because we like so many bands, we'll go to Raleigh and we'll meet up, and I'll go hang out with him, and I'll fuck his brains out, and then we'll get and then he takes me home, and it's great.
That doesn't sound so much like friendship.
I mean, it is. It's so
Yeah.
weird because it is super platonic. Like, I love him as a friend, but we just like to have sex sometimes.
I think you're confusing your definitions.
No, I'm not.
I mean, it's 2019. You can
I
do
mean,
it.
okay,
do what you
no.
want.
Maybe I am, because I would love to date him. We just live in different cities and we're doing different things.
That doesn't matter.
So, it does.
Well,
Okay.
Maybe no. You're right, because no, you're totally right, because it's if I would just move out there, it probably wouldn't be an issue. But I'm already dating someone.
yeah, well, there's that. Yeah,
And
that's a
I'm
different
already
situation.
invested in this person, so. But who knows what the future holds?
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna
Go
just keep
friends
my
on
mouth
yourself.
closed.
You know?
Look, live your best life.
Yeah,
that's what I
yes.
say. Do what you feel is right.
You only get the one.
What I saw a thing today. It was like, I'm living my alrightest life.
I'm living my alright.
Big move.
I'm doing the best with what I got. Like,
Ew, we sound so millennial.
Yes, we are.
We're millennials, goddammit.
That's, well, I don't know. I'm still not liking that term. I feel like there's a different term for my generation.
Yeah, well, I
We're
mean,
Z or something.
yeah, I think we are.
No, you guys are millennials. I'm Z.
Wait, how
I'm
old are you again? I
I'm
millennial.
forgot.
33.
I'm 31.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, you're-
We're right
27.
here.
Yeah, you're a kid.
Yeah.
I'm a
different.
kid.
You're a kid.
Fuck you.
I mean, we're all essentially millennials. But yeah, I think we are Z. Or no.
No, because I
No.
thought
can't-
I thought our title up until recently was Z. Because
Yeah.
X was the people that were like,
Millennials cut off at what? I forgot what year it is, but we're both
Oh.
still in it.
Yeah.
There's other civilians.
I don't know.
Because
basically,
basically,
I don't like it.
we can't go out and get a job and stay at it for 20 years and buy a house. We're not.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah, no.
us. So
No.
we're millennials.
Well, that was Z.
Yeah. But I mean, it's still happening. So.
Whatever.
Victims are out of date.
I don't
the
agree.
young people.
I don't agree. These young whippersnappers out here.
I mean, not really. Nobody can retire anymore.
No.
So,
I
there's no
did
social-
the math because I'm now to that part of my life where I'm like mathing out the rest of my fucking life.
Again,
If
I'm so glad I don't have children. No
Yeah.
offense. No offense.
No, I mean it's that's
Oh, I have a
reasonable.
cat.
Yeah.
It's great.
I
mean-
have nobody.
Aw,
You
yeah,
got that awesome
sweetie.
dog.
I'm gonna die alone.
Sweetie's cute as fuck, and she's wonderful.
Yeah.
Sweetie's old.
So?
She's like 7, but I mean, I
Yeah,
love
it's
her.
kind of old and dog.
My
years.
cat's 7.
I don't know what that translates to in cat's years, but
I think it's the same.
Is it? I don't.
He's a big moody bitch, and he hacks and throws up everywhere, but I love him.
But yeah. So like I did the math
You
on
had
like
Phoenix
what
for
I
like
would
ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I did the math on what I would need to retire comfortably,
Try hitting me.
given what I make now, and not exactly like inflation, but
Do you
just
want to
to
stay
retire.
at our job?
No, hell to the fuck no.
Okay, I was wondering.
Because I'm basically as high as I'm going to get unless someone retires or dies.
I want to be as high as I want to get.
Oh, well.
No.
But I mean, and even there's people retiring soon, and I will not be in line for any of their jobs. And the people that will take those jobs are only 10, 15 years older than me. So I'd have to wait until my 50s to get their jobs.
No, yeah, fuck
Yeah.
that.
That's crazy.
You've learned
Um,
not to hit people.
Again, another thing that, as you know, at my age, I have to do that because otherwise I'd just be there like some of the people that just retired who they didn't make as much as I make now. And that's like, what
That's
the fuck?
so
You've been here for 30
fucking
fucking years.
That's sad.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well,
So-
that's any corporation really.
Yeah,
when you think
yeah,
about it.
and that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
I want
It's
to
like
not have to do that.
Any corporation, they'll work you until you die and won't even pay you like what you're
Okay,
worth.
what's your dream? Like, what do
But
you want?
in-
What do you want from life? What do you want? Like, what's your dream?
I
right
mean,
now?
before I had my daughter, I wanted to retire at 50. and just move to an island. Like, and honestly, even if I continue,
I gotta stop
this
playing so I
forward,
can join in this conversation.
I wanted to retire at 50, and if I hadn't had a daughter and was doing what I'm doing now, be fine. But because there's just so much that
I mean,
I'm gonna end up
what
spending.
do you mean by fine? What's fine to you?
Okay, so I'd have to have, which the number sounds bananas, but it's almost realistic if I kept my stuff. Yeah, whatever. I'd have to have at least between $750,000 to $500,000 in
Oh
savings,
goodness.
and I'd have to have that in savings because I need to live off of the interest from like $500,000 of it for quite some time. It's not a lot, but it would be comfortable.
Right.
You know, comparable to what I'm getting now. With a daughter, I'd have to have like $1.5 million to retire at 50. So that's definitely not fucking happening.
Oh God.
Yeah, because just everything, her going through school, cars, college,
Cell phones.
Being an adult
Yeah.
afterwards, be like, Daddy.
Yeah, and see, like even
I'm
when
so
we had her,
sorry.
I was like, "Fucking, I'm still leaving at 50." Like we were gonna move to an island, but I'm like, I guess.
I would love to move to, like,
oh my
An
God.
island in Japan. That's been my dream. It's like to just. If
I don't know.
I don't know
I've
how
thought about
expensive it is
that.
there.
But then you got to go back to the mainland somehow because you
Yeah.
need stuff.
You can
I
just
mean,
eat
yeah.
fish for the rest of your fucking life.
That's
I
not how
hate
that works.
fish.
I hate fish too, but
And
sushi.
in Japan,
I don't
you'd
like
probably
sushi.
be
You don't
full
like
of
sushi?
mercury
You're
and radiation
fucking
in quite a
crazy.
short period of time.
The only sushi I
What are you
like is
talking
like
about?
I
Over
said
there?
if you were eating fish in Japan, you'd be full of mercury and radiation in quite a short period of time.
Hey man,
The
maybe.
world's kind of garbage. So was ours.
that's why I don't eat fish. And also it's gross.
Good point.
Fish
But-
is gross. It's the only thing I don't eat. I don't
Yeah.
like seafood, but I'll eat anything else.
Explains a lot.
That sounds terrible.
that sounds like you're a person.
Shut up. I heard humans taste like pork.
But yeah, I'd have to have like 1.5 million now. So I have to like not retire at least until I'm like
Oh man.
55, 60.
That
And that's with like budgeting my money. Like
That's still not
really-
bad.
No, and like consider that's the weird thing too about
Think
it.
of
It's
how
like,
old Black Roshi is. Do you want to be a Black Roshi?
well, I don't think I'd be starting a new job at that time. Like that's
How old
dumb.
is he?
He's like 62 or 3.
Really?
It's fucking stupid. Why the fuck would you start a new minimum, like not minimum wage, but like a new entry level job?
Well,
at
because he's
fucking
a bad
60-something?
person.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Look, we're not
Gotta
gonna get into that. We're not.
cover your tracks of murdering your wife and.
Stop.
Horrible. What are the chances that motherfucker knows how to use the internet?
Yo.
We've already
Yo.
seen he can't use a computer.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
what if our bosses might see it that
well.
you're friends with?
Oh, who?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
He doesn't care.
Okay, cool.
He's cool. Yeah, he's cool. Again.
So much
All right.
everything.
Shit
All right,
got a little
well.
real there.
Yikes.
All right.
I've got to go.
All right.
Oh no.
Next time on the podcast, we'll
Otherwise,
try
I'll
to
come back with Black
we'll
Eye.
try not to ramble a lot. But I mean, hey, please leave a comment.
We hit a lot of
like,
points.
We did.
subscribe.
We hit some good points. None of them. Well, one of them was on your list, but none of the rest of them.
Oh yeah,
were.
No,
what
no.
was it? I didn't even get to see
we
a
didn't
list.
even get past
My list
one.
we started on a tangent and just went off. But my
Oh,
list
God.
was R. Kelly,
No,
No.
Activision and Bungie splitting.
I don't know about
Who cares
that.
about that? Nobody
I don't
cares.
even know what
Well,
it is.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
Utada Hikaru's
She-
EP just came out
Oh,
for that.
I know she just tweeted something and
Meh.
Yeah,
I couldn't read it.
get out. You gotta go.
You never
alright.
played GoldenEye, so.
And digital versus
Agree
hard
to
copy. That's
disagree.
those.
we
those
did,
are
it.
the-
We did
did
digital
that.
versus hard copy.
That
Yep.
was the
Fucking
one
dope.
thing. Yeah. So
1 out of 4 ain't bad.
we will be back in a couple weeks. Hope this can hold you over till then. I think it went a little longer than usual, but whatever.
It was
Oh,
fine.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do our bracket thing? You
Oh,
wanna
yeah.
post that? We don't have to. Okay. Next week or
Next
in 2
time.
weeks. In 2 weeks, we're gonna have a bracket system. I meant to message you about that. We're gonna do a bracket for the greatest games on each console.
Oh, don't include me. I don't even know.
Well,
what they
I
are.
mean, you can still have a say. You can
Okay.
still.
What are your favorite games of every console ever?
We don't.
Oh,
we're not gonna do
oh,
that
okay.
now.
We're,
could do
we're gonna
that.
we're gonna put our favorite games on a bracket and see what people think.
Okay,
And,
I'm down
you
for
know,
that. Yeah,
people
yeah.
who are watching this, if you want to get together a few ideas, we'll probably try and put a poll up somewhere.
We'll probably do a straw poll and put it in the
Yeah.
comments or something.
And then
I
we'll
don't
put them
know.
up. We'll have a little bracket system, and every week we'll edge closer to the greatest games.
Yeah, well, I like smedging.
I do.
With that,
You gotta mention the
All
City
right.
Pop playlist.
All right. Oh yeah, that too. We gotta come up with a play. We gotta do a lot of stuff. Okay.
I already planned mine. I got my 5.
Oh, you got your phone,
Yup.
Mr. Fancy. All right.
Mhm.
All right. I'll come
I'm
up with
imagining
my-
that this episode actually ended 5.
No.
Six
I mean, I was
seconds
gonna
ago.
end it like I'm trying to end it right here.
Well, I mean,
Have a good night, folks. Until next time, yo. Peace.
I'm gonna take a shot.